What's going on, everybody? It's Aurora here, coming at you with a brand new video, and it looks like we've gotten the second wave of the Fire King structure deck revealed, and I'm not going to say these are the last cards, because usually with structure decks we've been getting the first wave, a second smaller wave of around 3 cards, and then we get like one random card just like announced later at a different point. So this is the second wave, and 3 more cards coming out of it. I believe it's 1 monster, 1 spell, and 1 trap, and from what I can remember, while I don't remember the exact effects of most of the things from the last video, other than like Xyz monster being like a Regeki or a Dark Hole or whatever, but I just remember that they were actually really good for the deck. I think literally the only thing that kind of fell a little flat was one of the back row pieces. I don't know, I think it was a bit mediocre from what I remember compared to like the other cards, like the monsters. So I'm hoping that this wave actually keeps up with that trend. I think Fire King is really cool, and also if the cards in this structure deck are really good, I'm really excited for the Atlantean one. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with Fire King Avatar Hanuman. This looks kind of, I don't know, I was going to say something, but like, I don't know. It looks kind of like a One Piece character. It's a level 4 Fire Beast Warrior with 600 attack and 200 defense. You can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and when a spell or trap card or effect is activated quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face-up field. So essentially, they took the special summon condition of Barong and the negate effect of Arvada and just kind of combined them together here, which definitely isn't bad. I mean, it's just another free level 4 monster, 200 defense, so it works with rekindling, plus having some back row disruption as opposed to like just only working on monsters, you know, by both blowing them up, and by monster negating, definitely feels a lot better. Next up is a quick play spell called Fire King Sacred Immolation that says you can only use one of its effects per turn and only once that turn. You target any number of any same numbers of Fire Kings you control and cards your opponent controls and destroy them, and if a Fire King card you control would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Okay, so we actually got another really nice disruption card that can also work going second as well, because you're destroying your Fire Kings as well as triggering their effects, and you're destroying your opponent's monsters, so you're kind of getting like a 2-for-1 trade there, even if a lot of the destruction effects are you have to wait until like the next standby or something like that. But I also like the second effect, because funnily enough, it's like, oh, why would you want to protect your Fire Kings from being destroyed? Well, you don't always want to have to destroy your resources just to get advantage, because like a lot of the stuff is just kind of like 1-for-1 trades and things like that, or like you really don't want to have to pop a monster on board to lose advantage just to get another card effect. So being able to use this is pretty cool. I kind of wish that it wasn't 1 effect per turn and instead like you know, I don't know, something just else, but like I get the like idea. You don't want to have like 2 Fire King Sacred Immolations, use 1 to like blow up stuff and then like use another to protect or something like that in 1 turn. So I wish it was you can only use each effect once per turn or something like that, but I don't know, not the end of the world. And finally, we have Solidary Strike of the Fire Kings. It is a normal trap that says you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. Special summon 1 Fire Beast monster, 1 Fire Beast Warrior monster, and a Fire Wing Beast monster, 1 each from your hand, deck, and graveyard, but their effects are negated. Also destroy them during the end phase. And you can banish this card from your graveyard, and this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when your Fire King monsters are normal or special summoned. So I actually don't really like this card that much, because like, yeah, obviously, you know, oh my god, special 1 thing from your hand, deck, and graveyard, and it has the graveyard effect as well. You know, it sounds really good, but the main thing is that A, the effects of those things are negated, so even if they had good effects like on summon to like nuke or something like that, like it wouldn't really do very much. So it's like you can't, for example, summon back the Xyz monster and then nuke the board or something. It's also the fact that it's a trap card, so I mean, like, most traps you don't want being cards that you would usually use as a starter or extender or something like that, so this ends up feeling kind of like a slightly worse rekindling because of the speed. I get that it does work with certain other cards, like, you know, probably, you know, for example, the Hanuman or the Arvada, so you can summon a bunch of things and then have fuel for your Hanuman and Arvada effects, but that seems like it's the only real use for it. I mean, to be fair, you can special kit from hand, deck, or grave and then pop it with Hanuman or Arvada and then trigger the effect. But you can also do that with Onslaught of the Fire Kings, a card that I think is a lot better, that also is a spell, so it works on your turn. Though I do admit, I do like the graveyard effect. This does work really well with the Xyz monster to my memory, because it is on summon, right? Okay, to be fair, earlier when I mentioned you couldn't use the Xyz effect, you couldn't use it anyway, it has to be Xyz summon. But I do like that, for example, you know, you use this in graveyard, you banish it, and then you special the Garunix Eternity, and then you use the Garunix Eternity to nuke the board, and your opponent can't do anything about it. But with all of that out of of the way, that is the Fire King support second wave coming out of the structure deck. Definitely not as like crazy as the last wave, but I think these cards are also really good. I mean, like I said, Hanuman's basically just borrowing summon effect with Arvada's negate, just with the spell or trap negate instead of a monster negate, which again is really nice to have a diversity in terms of your disruptions, like Sprite, where they have carrot and red. And I really like Fire King Sacred Immolation. It feels like a very good one of, like, it's just a good disruption card or board breaker. Honestly, it could be a 2 of. I just do wish that it was each effect per turn, and each effect once per turn and not one effect per turn. It definitely does dampen down the card's usability. And I want to like Solidarity Strike of the Fire Kings. Let me know in the comments, anyone that's like more familiar with the deck, would you actually play this card? Because personally, I don't think it's like insane. Like, it seems insane, but like I have to see the exact applications for it other than to just summon monster. Okay, to be fair, you know what? Now that I think about it, you are summoning like a Garunix or something, and then during the next standby, it does destroy them during the end phase. It summons. Okay, I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. This card's actually not that bad. I just do wish that it gave you a bit more, like, instant gratification. But that's just my opinion. Let me know yourself in the comments below, because that's going to do it for the video. If you liked it, please sure to leave a like, as I'll put this video and the channel into YouTube recommended. And if you like this content and you want to see more like it, like the rest of my review series, then perhaps consider subscribing, because we're to 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. Not to mention, it supports the channel more than anything else, and it's absolutely free. Also, if you want to support me directly while getting some awesome TCG merchandise in the process, check out Tapio cards in the link down below. Use code Aurora5 at checkout for 5% off your purchase and to support me financially. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Aurora, signing off.